Most men walk through life completely blind to their own presence. They assume that unless they're the best-looking guy in the room, the tallest, the richest, or the most extroverted, they're invisible. And so they carry themselves like shadows' heads. Down, voices soft, energy quiet, thinking the world barely notices them. But what they don't realize is that presence isn't always loud. In fact, the most powerful presence is often the most subtle. It's not about being flashy. It's about being grounded. There's a type of energy that doesn't ask for attention, it commands. And some men have it without even realizing. They move through the world with a certain calm. They don't over-explain themselves. They're not constantly trying to prove their worth. And yet, somehow, people notice when they enter a room. People adjust. The energy shifts. They don't need to speak to be heard. But here's the catch. If you don't recognize your own power, you won't know how to direct it. You'll dismiss the subtle reactions you get. You'll second-guess the attention. You'll wonder why people look your way, or why other men tense up when you walk by. And instead of owning your presence, you'll keep trying to become something more, not realizing that what you already are is more than enough. True attraction starts with self-awareness. It's not about chasing approval. It's about seeing yourself clearly, understanding the effect you have, and choosing to walk in that with quiet confidence. Because once you realize you've been magnetic all along, everything changes. You stop needing validation. You stop performing. And that inner shift, that's what makes people gravitate toward you without you ever lifting a finger. That's real power, and most men never even know they have it. Asterisk, there's something almost mystical about a man whose energy fills a room before he says a single word. You know the type, he walks in and people just notice. Not because he's making noise or drawing attention to himself, but because his presence is undeniable. It's calm. It's firm. It's felt. He doesn't have to be the tallest guy or the one with the sharpest jawline. His energy alone shifts the atmosphere. That's silent dominance, and it's one of the rarest, it's the most magnetic forms of masculine power. Most men spend their time trying to be seen. They overcompensate with loudness, over-talking, or trying to be the life of the party. But the ones who truly stand out are the opposite. They know they don't have to do anything to be noticed, they just have to be. That's subtle. Grounded confidence sends a message that everyone unconsciously picks up on. This man is sure of himself. He doesn't need anything from you. He's centered. Women are especially sensitive to this kind of presence. They might not even know why they're turning to look at you, or why they suddenly feel nervous around you. But it's because you've entered the space with full awareness of yourself. You're not shrinking. You're not forcing. You're simply there, fully. That kind of energy creates tension, the good kind, the kind that makes people curious, makes them lean in, makes them watch you without realizing they're doing it. Other men, some respect it. Some feel threatened by it. But either way, they notice it. And that's the power of silent dominance. It doesn't fight for attention. It receives it by default. Because when you carry yourself like a man who has nothing to prove, the world listens before you ever speak. Asterisk, eye contact is one of the most underrated yet powerful tools in the entire world of human connection. It bypasses words, speaks directly to the nervous system. And when a man understands how to use it not as a tactic, but as a reflection of his inner calm, he unlocks a level of attraction most guys will never reach. Women are incredibly perceptive when it comes to eye contact. They're not just glancing around the room randomly. If a woman locks eyes with you more than once, or holds your gaze a moment too long, it's intentional. She's feeling something even if she doesn't fully understand it. Some women will test you with their eyes. They'll meet your gaze to see what you'll do. Will you look away nervously? Will you stare too hard and make it awkward? Or will you meet it calmly, confidently, and then look away like it's nothing? That's the balance. That's the moment where interest is either confirmed or dismissed. A man who can handle that gaze with steady ease tells her something silently. I'm not desperate for your attention, but I'm also not afraid of your presence. That kind of emotional control is incredibly rare. It's incredibly attractive. And here's the part most men don't understand. If a woman avoids your eyes altogether, it doesn't always mean she's not interested. Sometimes the energy is so strong that holding eye contact feels too vulnerable for her. She feels exposed, overwhelmed, curious. So instead of engaging, she glances away quickly, even nervously. But make no mistake, she's reacting to something in you. It's that subtle intensity, that stillness behind your eyes. Because when you look at the world like you have nothing to prove, people sense it. And when a woman senses it, she doesn't forget it. It stays with her, quiet, lingering, magnetic. Asterisk, there's a quiet, almost invisible power in the way a man moves through the world when he's fully grounded in himself. You don't need to speak to command respect. You don't need to raise your voice to be heard. Sometimes the most dominant thing you can do is simply walk with purpose and presence and watch how the world reacts. In crowded rooms, tight hallways, or busy sidewalks, some men move and others instinctively move around them. It's not a coincidence. That's energy. It's unspoken authority. People sense when a man carries himself with certainty. In the way he walks, deliberate, upright. It's in the way he takes up space, not by force, but by right. He doesn't apologize for his presence. He doesn't shrink to avoid attention. And because of that, people naturally adjust to him. Chairs get shifted, shoulders lean back, eyes follow. It's subtle, but it's real. And women, they notice it instantly. When a man is treated like he matters by the room around him, she doesn't need to be told he's important. She feels it. You see, importance isn't declared, it's perceived. And when a man holds himself like his time, space, and energy are valuable, others treat them that way too. You'll see it in small ways, how people speak to you, how they give you space without asking, how their body language shifts slightly. When you enter their radius, you're not demanding dominance, but it's being given to you all the same. That's what it means to lead without saying a word. The world gives subtle cues to those who carry power silently. You just have to start noticing them. Because once you realize how much unspoken influence you already have, you stop trying to take space and simply allow space to be made for you. Asterisk attraction rarely announces itself in bold, obvious ways. Most of the time it speaks through subtle actions, quiet patterns, and small opportunities that many men overlook. When a woman is interested, she usually won't come right out and say it. Instead, she'll move closer. She'll linger longer than necessary. She'll create little moments of proximity, hoping you pick up on what her words won't say. These aren't coincidences. They're carefully placed cues. It's meant to invite your attention without risking direct rejection. You might notice it at the gym. She walks by you more than once, switches machines nearby, or checks her reflection. In your line of sight, maybe at a cafe, she chooses the table next to yours, even when others are free. Or she accidentally bumps into you while pretending to scroll through her phone. These aren't random movements. They're calculated, soft invitations. She wants to be noticed, but not chased. She wants to be in your space, but without making the first move. And if you're grounded and aware, you'll see it for what it is. Genuine interest disguised as coincidence. Sometimes it's even simpler than that. She starts a conversation about something trivial. She asks for help she doesn't need. She laughs a little too hard at a basic joke. These moments seem meaningless on the surface, but they're filled with intent. Guys, a woman who's not interested will do everything to stay out of your orbit. She won't talk to you, won't move near you, and definitely won't find excuses to remain close. The difference is subtle, but powerful. When you're centered in your masculine energy, women naturally want to be near you. They may not know why, they just feel something that draws them in. And once you recognize that pull, everything about how you move through the world starts to shift.